Well, finally, I want to say to the people of Jamaica, we're at a tipping point. One of the things that Richard Pandoy, CEO of Separate, said to me today, that I can't understand why everybody's so silent and why the people are so silent and I take all of this problem. And that's why I say, we want the people of Jamaica to wise up and rise up and make the man them know. So we know that we are in a crisis and we're not tolerating those things up and rise up and make the man them know. So we know that we are in a crisis and we're not tolerating those things up and rise up and make the man them know. So we know that we are in a crisis.
Shift the parliament, shift the election, shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Emotional damage.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
May God bless the great institutions of the country that keep the society together. May God bless the Integrity Commission that leads the fight against corruption in the land. Because corruption is a scourge against the will of God. And the institutions on earth that fight against corruption deserve our full support.
Excuse me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's your brother BOLO V&R. We are here in the space again. Senate ERRUPT. FITZ HENLEY play politics. BABSY said it is, and BABSY said it, and it is so. What can go so? We have a whole heap of things to deal with in this one, ladies and gentlemen. So, now waste no time. One of the things that I'm going to do right now is something that I needed to do maybe a day ago or so. So, like I shared the video, guys, let's get into the content. Remember, please remember to hit the like button coming to the door, good people. Follow me on all my platforms, BOLO V&R 2.0, BOLO V&R Clips, and BOLO V&R. Yes, remember that the donation link is pinned at the top of the comment section. We have the Cash App open and we also have the PayPal as well. Alright, is it not pinned? If it's not pinned, I will pin it. Now, Marky G did this speech in St. Bess, and I would be remiss if I did not share it with you guys, the fullness of it, because I will heap shot in fire after the JLP and Andrew Honest. Let's get into this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? And I'm going to play it. I'm going to tell me what I think at the end of it. More going to go and start up the comment section. Alright? Let's go.
Yeah, hold up. Yes, I do money sound. Tell me that. What's up, Joe? Money sound slotted and you want to send to get dark and cloudy. Yeah, man. Easy selector. Favorite chairman of the meeting, Councillor Mario Mitchell, Vibes Master. Yeah, man. All of the comrades on the platform, councillors, councillor caretakers, candidates, Norman Scott, Vice President of the People's National Party, Mayor of St. Catherine, Spanish Town, and candidate for Southeast St. Elizabeth. Our wonderful Unununos, Princess of Southwest, Miranda Wellington. Oh gosh, man. I want to big up Comrade Zulika Jess. She would have been here, but she has some people visiting from foreign and they're flying out tomorrow. And she has an important meeting with them in Kingston. So she asked if she could be excused, and I said, yes, I know you have to deal with that. And of course, Comrade Patricia Scarlett Forrester, who was with me. Well, both of them were with me much of the day. And she couldn't be here this evening. But she's working hard as well. I'm very impressed with how she's approaching her first assignment in representational politics. And I know she's going to cause some surprises up in Northwest. has been a good day, comrades. I left my yard at 7:30 this morning. Google Maps sent me wide because I'm telling me say 2.5 hours to reach. But anyway, I reach about, I thought I was aiming to reach at 10. I reached at 9:10. Anyway, we were just school out and then we started at 10. And we've been through all 4 constituencies in St. Elizabeth today. And we've walked all the major towns. And we've meted and greeted with the people. And we've felt a vibe which is very powerful among the people. And I know that St. Elizabeth is going to be part of the change that is going to bring the People's National Party back into government whenever this Labour right government calls the election. I know that is going to be an important part. Now, we are here in this community of Slide. And I want to say it's my first time visiting Slide. And I love what I'm seeing here. The sea of orange is very, very pretty indeed. And very, very massive indeed. And I know that this community is a farming community. I want to big up all of the youth them who in the farming industry trying to make a living for themselves and their family. Now I was the Minister of Justice for Portia Simpson Miller when she was Prime Minister from 2012 to 2016. When I came into office as Minister of Justice, ganja was totally illegal in Jamaica. If you were caught with a spliff, you get a criminal record. If you're caught with a chalice, worse. If you are farming even one herb tree, police could molest you and lock you up for cultivation or even charge you for dealing in ganja. And I said no, President Obama was the President of the United States of America. And I heard this about weed as a youngster. Anyway, certain movements was going on in America at that time to open up the ganja industry in America. And they said, well, if America do that, our time too. And so we designed a reform to change the ganja laws. And we were very meticulous and careful about it because of the international treaties that govern ganja across the world. We didn't want to violate those because Jamaica is a small country and we have to abide by the rule of international law.
Ganja people, wanna listen up?
So people can respect it and don't this way anyway. So we designed the thing carefully. And we decriminalize personal use of ganja up to 2 ounces. You can't be arrested, you can't be charged. If you had a past criminal record for personal use of ganja and you apply for a police certificate for your police record, it is supposed to be automatically removed from that record and don't come on a certificate. And we created a new industry of medicinal and therapeutic ganja in this country. We lost the election in February 2016. The Labourites inherit the thing. Them don't understand it. Them don't love it. Because we don't want to pioneer it. And that's how their mentality stay. If we do something, even if it's a good thing, they don't really want to do it. And that's why they're banned.
Shot fire for the Labourite, them on the one, the market cheap. Hey.
We don't want to pioneer it. And that's how their mentality stay. If we do something, even if it's a good thing, they don't really want to deny it. And that's why they abandon that Unite for Change. That's why they mash up the Peace Management Initiative. And that is why the ganja industry has lost its way in this country. But the next PNP government, we're going to look at this thing seriously again. And the ganja farmers of St. Elizabeth and all over Jamaica want a new deal for them so that they can make their money out of this thing without any fear of being terrorized by anybody or by any agent of the state. Yeah, man. And we know that agriculture is a mainstay here in St. Elizabeth. And call St. Elizabeth the breadbasket parish of the country. So the whole of Jamaica rate St. Elizabeth for agriculture. But we know that farmers of this parish are having a hard time. We know that they can't get access to financing easily. The BC banks make it quite difficult to borrow money to invest in their farming. We know that the price of the agricultural inputs, tools and equipment, fertilizer, etc. are very high. And we know that there's no proper storage facilities. If you have excess produce, you have to take the price of the market sometimes if there's excess production. the price collapse. You have a government that give food permit imports to friend and company. And those food permit imports result in sometimes goods coming into the market in Jamaica, and our farmers suffer because the price drop and they can't even sell their onion and their goods. We have to fix all of these things. Agriculture is essential to the future of the country. Agriculture must be a mainstay of a resilient economy. Food security. COVID pandemic showed us you can't rely on foreign to feed your people, because sometimes things happen and ships can't come and ports are congested elsewhere and things get very expensive to bring in. So we must build with agricultural industry.
People, food security is everything. Marky G never tell a lie.
And we intend to have a very robust, progressive policy around agriculture to support the farmers of this country so they can produce and they can make good money out of farming. I am in dialogue with some experts, working out how we can make the cost of living a little more bearable on the people and make the inputs that the farmers need a little more reasonable in price. And I intend to announce those things in due course. But tonight is not the night. But the Labourite them love copy things and go on. Honestly, attribute them to the mind that developed them. And people, I saw the road coming here. I drove the road coming here in my old vehicle, my 2012 vehicle. And I said to myself, Channel, you know, people them deserve better. The people them deserve better. And when you see me, Miranda Wellington, who's a little energizer body, and she's out there several days a week with the people, listening to them, trying her best to support them however she can, without the benefit of an MP who can get behind her. If you give me Miranda Wellington, we'll have to give you something that will make you say yes, you know. Party leader Marky G, appreciate what you have done for us in giving us this wonderful young lady to be here, your representative. Side, walking up Duke Street, Diamond, into Garden House, to represent them. Some people, it's a serious thing we have ahead of us.
Serious thing we have ahead of us, no joke.
We believe and we see that the people of Jamaica want change. This government has lost its way. They're talking about pivoting. It's a gimmick government. Everything is a new word or slang or an acronym or something to try and has lost its way. They're talking about pivoting. It's a gimmick government. Everything is a new word or slang or an acronym or something to try and fool the people. But they can't change course because they don't have the skills required to navigate a change of course. So we're on this path of underdevelopment where Jamaica is not growing as an economy. In fact, 2024 is very likely to have negative growth. And they can't say it's a regional reality. No, because other countries in the region have been growing at fairly good rates of growth.
When you hear that, count, you know, so they love excuse. Let me play that again.
To navigate a change, of course. So we're on this path of underdevelopment.
Share up the life, people. Like and share up the life. Don't keep it to yourself.
2024 is very likely to have negative growth.
Yeah.
They can't say it's a regional reality.
Yeah.
No, because other countries in the region have been growing at fairly good rates of growth while we are stalling here.
When you hear that, people, them can't blame it on climate change. They can't blame it say other countries, because you know them love the blame game, and they know them love to find excuse, you know. And for them style that, you know, one Marky G and make them know say, yo, we're not taking those excuses, my friend. Other countries are doing well, so what is your excuse? We not manage the country good, period.
So we need a government that can take a fresh approach, can invest in the people of the country, improve the education system, focusing at the early childhood and primary level, so that all of our youths, by the time they're going into secondary school, they're ready for secondary school. They can read and write. They can do the basic arithmetic, adding, subtracting, little division, little multiplication. We need to focus on that. We can't grow a country with about 30% of the youth and leaving primary school and can't read and write, which is what is happening now.
That bad.
We have to fix that.
That bad. That really. We never know say that's so much percentage. That's 1/3 of the population, you know. That bad.
We have to provide training opportunities for young people so that they can get into the job market with the skills that are needed for the world that is unfolding here on Earth. Artificial intelligence is coming rapidly into the society across the world. It is going to change the world of work. Tasks that require human beings now will be done by machines and computers. The technology is advancing rapidly. We need to train our people so that they can be part of that change and they can survive through that change and even thrive with that change.
People, we must right, that's a very important, you know. Because I don't think this government that we have right now is factoring this. They are not preparing the people for the industrial change of robots. Robots are going to take over a lot of the jobs like him said. You understand? Marky G know what time it is. Him know what I go on. Him know what you need to do. You know what I mean?
We need to integrate the business community and the training system of the state into one system so that the people are being trained, the youth are being trained in the things that the business people need and that investors need so they can get good quality jobs. The road network in Jamaica is a crazy thing. The Prime Minister from the Parliament yesterday, and I said, first of all, they have done virtually no maintenance on the road network for 9 years. And the roads are in deplorable condition all over Jamaica. This is a good example. And the Prime Minister, when he see the people feel a way about it and are angry about it, he says, oh, there's an emergency in relation to the state of the roads.
Ball out! Whoa! We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
The Prime Minister, when he see the people feel a way about it and are angry about it, he says, oh, there's an emergency in relation to the state of the roads. Oh. And then he announced a political program called Spark. He don't talk about a systemic change so that we can get Jamaica out of this situation where we have such poor road maintenance. He might do a one-off thing. He sell 12 years of future revenue from Norman the airport. 12 years of future revenue of the government. He sell it to collect off money up front now. We spend this fiscal year to help himself get re-elected. And that's a gone, you know, $70 billion, $70+ billion is what they collected from selling. So every year for the next 12 years, there will be no revenue from Norman Manley Airport for Jamaica to use. And it's not like him take that money and fix the education system, or take that money and ensure that the hospital experience when you're sick and you go to a public hospital is a pleasant experience, an experience where you're treated with dignity, where you feel yes and comfortable and you get good treatment. No, the man do some handout thing to try buy the election. And then spend this thing, he introduce this one-off program called Spark, which will fix a few roads, and then we're back to square one. We need an integrated approach. Why is it that the highways, whether it be the North-South Highway or the PJ Patterson East-West Highway, you don't have a pothole on them road. A good road then. So we're not talking about kind of
Odin, big up, walk on.
Because it's the emergency with the road. Foolishness.
G-Ride, big up.
Cause the road into bad enough. Them don't maintain the road. When the road get bad, they just allow it to get bad and bad and bad and worse and worse and worse. Till it becomes from a little pothole to a big swimming pool. Them have a road in Jamaica with banana growing on the road. I personally see it with my own eyes. And I hear say a man drown in a pothole in Jamaica.
He needs some milk.
Hold on. Hold on there. Maggie G, where you say go on?
That is funny, honey.
No, that part that really tickled me.
That's funny.
Well, I did. What Marky G
Oh
say?
God, that is
Big
funny.
swimming pool. Them have a road in Jamaica where banana growing on the road. I personally see that in my own eyes. And I hear say a man that drown in a pothole in Jamaica. What can go so?
Yo, the way of Mark Mullins and what can go so is hilarious. What can go so? Oh my goodness, Lord of mercy. Just play that back.
Jamaica where banana growing on the road. I personally see that in my own eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And I hear say a man that drown in a pothole in Jamaica. What can go so?
Yo! Hey, Jamaica nice, yeah, man.
No, my people, we need to be wise and we need an integrated approach. Whatever the road is, if it's not a road on a private man land, but it's a road that the public use, whether it's in a housing scheme, or it's a community road, or it's a road from one town to the next in the interior of the country, whatever the road is, we need a proper system of maintenance to protect the assets of the country and make sure that people's experience in transport is a positive one. A lot of money is being wasted, the amount of front-end parts you have to buy, and tire we have to buy, where you shouldn't have to buy because the road is so terrible. Costing foreign exchange. They lose their way. However, Prime Minister,
Them a go tired fishing face. Watch Marky G, I really that's my no. Hey, the one I ramp with him here. I want to hear you Jamaica there, man. Watch it, Jenna. Hey.
however, Prime Minister, this is another arms out situation. Jamaica is not a real place.
Real arms house.
We have a Prime Minister
Yeah.
whose integrity commission,
Like and share.
where every parliamentarian has to file
Yeah.
every year. You have to list everything you own. You have to list every debt that you owe.
Yeah, Marky
You
G,
have to
tell
list
that go.
all of your income, whether it's a salary you get,
Yeah.
you have the investment income, what you
Yeah.
have to put it all in there.
Yeah.
And you have to file it with the integrity commission and then look through it. And then ask a follow question on it if it don't look straight. His own car certified from 2021. He's the Prime Minister of the country. His own is being sent for investigation for a corruption offense called illicit enrichment. You know what illicit enrichment means? It means that you have assets that you don't have the income to show how you earn that. That means that some hanky-panky thing they go on and you have to explain it or you go to prison.
Hanky panky.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Oh my God. Shot fire, people. Shot fire. Hey. We don't want to help with Marky G. Watch it, General. Watch it, General. Watch it, General. Remember that.
We have a Prime Minister whose Integrity Commission filings can't certify. The Integrity Commission said the man not giving them the information they need to understand the 28 bank account and the hundreds of millions of dollars passing from one of these companies to the other. This is the Prime Minister of the country now, and they run all them private business matters while he's Prime Minister. We don't understand that. I'm going to tell you, when I was Minister of Justice for 4 years, I had to bust my backside working hard for the people of this country. I never do any other type of work. Because we had to make sure we pass the IMF test. And the IMF test at the time required a lot of legislation. And I was in charge of legislation. And I said to myself, you man, you can't make the people of Jamaica think you can't work. You have to put out the effort and make sure we pass every test on time. And every single piece of legislation is about 30 of them just for the IMF program. And they keep going in the trenches to the draft of them. Saturday, Sunday, midday, we have draft class for me bad panda.
Think Marky G normal. You man say bad pan the traffic.
Sunday, midday, we have draft class for me bad panda. We have draft for the team. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And we pass every test. And Jamaica change tax system completely. I would set myself from this death trap that we were in to now where we reached today, where Jamaica has a lower debt to GDP ratio than Britain and the US and Barbados. I set that trend there, but Jamaica benefit from that. Money ever right, they must set that
Think Marky J around with them.
So people, Jamaica is on a path where the head of his government, the Prime Minister, is not in good standing with the country's anti-corruption agency. The man carry them to court. This is the Prime Minister, man. Carry them to court to strike down the Integrity Commission Act, which his government passed. He never designed it. It's I designed it. It's I bring it to government. But then eventually pass it because we're going to get one term. We lose by one seat. Every time there's a story not going to that.
My next story that. Bangara.
The country can't move forward like that. If I was in that position as leader, we take on myself. No man is so important that he must remain as Prime Minister with such a cloud hanging over his head. It's a disgrace. It puts the country in a bad light, and it can't lead Jamaica forward under the bad light and the cloud. So people, comrades and friends, we're on a serious journey. We are on a serious mission. And don't feel like it's going to come easy. The energy on the ground for the PNP turn up. The people them wants to change. And them have said, yeah man, Marky G look like he deserve a chance. Let's go with Marky G and the team. But what matters really is on election day, how much people, how many, come out to vote and put them in beside the head and the ballot, beside Miranda Wellington name, and ensure that Floyd Green, Odom, and Miranda come in and back.
Watch Marky G, now you for the girls, them know for the wife. Yo!
Admiral Bailey.
Yeah.
And the same goes for Norman Scott. Because we need Southeast, we need Southwest.
Yeah.
And we bring in a veteran, a skillful politician, and a man whose heart is here in St. Elizabeth. And I know.
Like I share the video, the people. I only part thing have to cover before me cut out, you know.
Yeah, man. Confident interest.
This is just part time. We are start up. I warm up.
We're going to create some waves and create some surprises. But we have to do the work. And they're going to come at us hard. They're already telling us man our lies about.
Oh gosh, man.
Every day is a different lie they must expect. But to me it's like water for duck spot.
Yeah.
Because my father and mother grow me right.
You remember?
I'm going to mix up in a dirty bunga and banga.
You're not here! You're not here! Shot fire! The man say mother and father grow him right and you mix up in a dirty banga wrong. Hello! Talk to them, Marky G.
But to me it's like water for duck spot. It was hard. They're already telling us man our lies about me. Every day is a different lie they must expect from me. But to me it's like water for duck spot. Because my father and mother grow me right. I'm going to mix up in a dirty bunga and banga.
Marky G, fire shut off a whole labor right them and them media houses.
Of Southwest, St. Elizabeth. And of St. Elizabeth as a whole. We're relying on you.
What you mean?
And when them come with them little pranks.
Yeah.
And them little bribes.
Yeah.
And them little arms out business. Nobody sell out yourself. Or sell out your family. Or sell out your future. Or sell out Jamaica. Stand firm.
Stand firm.
Stand firm. In the great tradition of Michael Joshua Manley.
What you mean? Chase those crazy ballets out of town.
And you got
and deliver a new day. Deliver hope to Jamaica. Deliver a clean-hearted government.
Yeah.
A government that is going to look about the interests of the people.
Oh, you mean?
A government that is going to invest in the people. A government that is going to take Jamaica forward in the right direction.
That is it.
A government that you can be proud of. A government that you can have trust and confidence in. That is what we're offering. That is what we're bringing. We're not bringing bribery. We're not bringing corruption. We're not bringing badness.
They're not here.
None of that. But we're not afraid of a guy. We're not afraid of a bad either.
We are set.
Emotional damage.
Marky G said them not afraid of no guy.
We're not bringing bribery. We're not bringing corruption. We're not bringing badness. None of that. But we're not afraid of a guy. We're not afraid of a bad either.
Remember that. Elder Wagwan. You know see what Marky G and unity.
So the brave people of Slight. Enough love and thing, enough respect every time.
Yeah.
I can only say to you tonight, you've heard what we have to say. And I want to ask you one question. Are you ready?
You ready? Look like them ready enough people. Look like they're ready.
Ball out!
If we're ready, ball out. Ball out.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Right now.
Shift the parliament.
Shift the parliament.
Shift the election.
Shift the election.
Shift everything.
Shift everything.
Remove them out there.
Remove them
Take
out
out the
there.
cockroach.
Take out the
Take out the
cockroach.
thief.
Take out the
Take out the
thief.
criminal them.
The criminal them.
Take out the thief them.
The thief them.
Take out the murderer
Take
them.
out the murderer them.
Take out the gang leader
Take out
them.
the gang leader
Out of
them.
parliament.
Whoa, take them
From
out.
Portland. Take them out.
Portland.
I hear Portland.
What going over there?
Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland?
I don't know what going.
Take out somebody.
Yeah.
Man or woman.
Yeah. Mother God, hey. Fast forward this car. We don't have time for wasting now.
People,
Yeah.
it's been a wonderful day, it's been a wonderful evening.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive go back to Kingston now. All I can say is thank you for the love, thank you for the support, thank you for everything that you're doing to support our candidate. Power to the people, I say. Power to the people. Power to the people. God bless you. The word is always love.
See the people. See the people. Marky G that, you know. Marky G that. You know, now waste no time. I'm telling you right now, me are late. You understand, Elder? Alright. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen. No, you know, say, we not reach us yet. We not reach us yet. Hold on, them people. We not reach this yet. We soon reach this up. You know, say, Talk Your Mind TV play one little clip when me off it, record. Yeah, man, big up Talk Your Mind TV, no. It's that part, yeah? It need for highlight. It need for highlight, ladies and gentlemen. Don't give me a second. Take out that off my screen. I have to highlight this. Yeah, in our parliament. This I have to highlight. No joke. I want to make sure someone go sub up to Talk Your Mind TV. Hear this.
Straight and the 1.5. I was on radio, not nationwide. I was on radio. Ralston Hyman and I constantly spoke about this 1.5. We made it clear for the government to go to 1.5, they'd have to tax the Jamaican people. The record will show that in 2016, the tax was so much that they had to phase it in. And they come back in 2017 and they tax again a total of $32 billion in taxes. And St. Again, those taxes were on food as well.
What can go so?
And so the high prices we pay today include for petroleum, electricity.
Sorry, Senator.
They don't want to talk in the ear. They're afraid of him.
Senator Brown,
Like and
if there's a point of order, let me hear the point of order and then I will hear it.
Listen
and then I
this.
will determine if there is one
So
or not.
boy, determination wide. Listen this.
Suggestion by Senator Brown that the administration imposed 32 billion in taxes
Talk like you're
on the people of Jamaica is not true.
Listen
It's
this.
false, and I encourage him to desist from misleading the Parliament and the people of Jamaica.
Put him in that place, my boss. Put him in that place. Listen this.
When your ignorance comes as a point of order, you should hide under the desk. When your ignorance comes as a point of order, you should hide under the desk.
Emotional damage.
Funny, honey.
Hide under the desk, my brother.
The revenue
Don't come and chat
measures
shit out of your mouth.
in this parliament are in the library. And we can pull those revenue measures. $32 billion over 2 years in taxes.
Only hear this.
32 billion.
And job
And
about
so
there's
we
no new
see
tax, no new tax.
every
Listen
day a
this.
price goes up, the tax on that thing goes up. And that explains why the prices are so high. And the people, because
What a wicked. I just think I want caring government. Hey man, they're wicked enough.
much of those consumption taxes was passed to the people. So we want to set that record straight.
Listen to this.
If you're really serious about reducing taxes, look for the people who are now over 6 million in earning and who are paying 33 and a third %. Put on then to facilitate the 1.5. It is time to reduce that 33. Keep shouting. You finish? We'll keep talking. The 33 and a third % and people earning over $6 million was put on as part of
people only have to hit the like button. I have 70 people watching and only what is 12 likes. No man, this 17 likes. Come on man, better than that man.
that 1.5 package.
Hot tile.
Time to reduce it back to 25%. So that those who are paying 33 and a third over 6 million should come back to 25%, just as you're doing for some companies who are favored by this government.
Listen me.
Favor the people. Favor the people. Favor the people. Favor the people. Another thing I want to say, President, is that the government of Jamaica and Minister with responsibility for our trust, bear this in mind. There are workers whose contracts have been altered by this government and are owed money because you're taxing an agreement which you have allowed them, Senator Gill, and you know the story, to have earned their traveling tax-free. I know that the workers have written to the Art Trust through lawyers seeking that tax refund, which was a breach of their contract. I urge you not just to ease up the favor trust and corporate. I urge you to look at the little workers who have been cheated out of their agreement.
Listen me. People,
we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
We need help.
Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach.
Take them out.
Take out the thief.
Take them out.
Take out the criminal them.
Yes, man.
Take out the thief them.
Take them out. Take them out.
President, you know I'm of the view that when it comes to income tax, uniform and laundry tax has been the same since early 2000. Before the Minister of Finance left, I spoke to him. And I believe, Senator Gill, you were in that meeting. And he was minded to make the adjustment. You supported me in that meeting. I know you did. You supported me, and I appreciate that. Now, I make it very clear that this government, when you come to the budget, your last budget, fix the uniform and laundry tax, because we are going to do it in the next budget if you feel. I come also to the need for the 1971 income tax order relating, Senator Braham, to termination of employment. Time to fix that. to allow awards at the tribunal, for example, to go and be treated like debts in the courts. If you really care about the workers, I do that. And this, Mr. President, is a good point for me to just say that is something that you really have to be looking at, Senator Hill. How to ease the burden on those who have been unfairly treated. I hope you will do that. And again, I say, I didn't intend to talk on this. But since my friend, good friend Senator Gill, mentioned this 1.5 and how great it is, we must also remember that it brought the burden of $32 billion in taxes, mainly on the poor people of Jamaica. And those taxes are continuing today. May it please you, Mr. President.
Hey, Mr. W. Jr. Hey, more big him up in the man. Hey. Big him up here, man. Mighty God of Daniel. Can you imagine? Look how long they've been telling us, guys, that, oh, no new taxes and no boss, no new taxes. But the devil is in the details. People remember to like and share and follow me on all platforms. And tell me what you think in the comment section about that one. You understand? Let's we're moving on. On to the next thing. Now, Mr. FITZ, what name? FITZ HENLEY. It seems as if he cannot but make an ass of himself in a parliament. And it seems that he has outdone himself once more, ladies and gentlemen. There was a Parliament Senate today, and what's your name? What's that white lady's name? I don't remember her name, but she came with a presentation about the environment, and I found it. I was actually recording it live on my BOLO V&R clips. I want to encourage you guys to go and sub up to BOLO V&R clips, because I will, when I have time, I will be recording these Senate situations on that platform exclusively. As a matter of fact, the video that I'm about to play is from my BOLO V&R clips, the recording from today. Alright? So let's hear what this man, Mr. FITZ HENLEY, went and did to play politics where the environment is concerned. And it triggered me. That's why I'm doing this live. Let's go.
Thank you, sir. I rise to indicate that I'm in full support of the bills which propose to amend the Natural Resource Conservation Authority Act and the Wildlife Protection Act, which are for this Parliament. I note that in general, the bills propose to increase fines and update custodial sentences, and it also seeks to modernize the legal framework for environmental management in Jamaica. The proposal for the maximum fines for some offences under the NRCA Act and the Wildlife Protection Act, to my mind, is a step in the right direction. At the heart of some pieces of legislation which propose to impose custodial sentences or fines is to act as a deterrent. I'm heartened at this increase, and I'm optimistic that this increase will go some way towards acting as a deterrent to people, individuals, or companies which might be minded to breach our environmental protection laws. I don't think there is any question, sir, that the prescribed fines outlined in the draft legislation that's before us today are more proportionate to the offences compared to what existed before. I believe this legislation was last amended approximately a decade and a half ago. The amendments we propose to make today are indeed timely. I'm heartened as well that the bill does not propose to trespass on the discretionary power of members of the judiciary. When these amendments are passed, we'll have ample space to apply penalties according to the severity of the environmental crime. You see, sir, there was a time in the 1990s, in the early 2000s, certainly between 2016 and 2012, where I'm of the view that environmental protection was treated as a back burner issue, and one that presents itself as a potential annoyance to the process of national development and an impediment to the goal of getting our economy to expand by more sizable margins. I'm confident that a series of actions taken by this administration, including the move to amend the NRCA Act and the Wildlife Protection Act, reiterate that this administration does not believe in merely giving lip service to protecting the environment, but we are taking tangible action in support of this noble cause. On the matter of environment, sir, it is worth noting that it's the administration of Prime Minister Andrew Holness that declared approximately 80,000 hectares of the cockpit country as protected, a matter that was discussed for decades upon decades upon decades. I distinctly recall as well that it is this administration that abandoned what appeared to be plans to cause prospecting licenses to be issued for the cockpit country. It is good to note that it is this administration that also moved to impose a plastic ban to demonstrate how serious we are in treating with the matter of protecting the environment. The administration has also moved to pass approximately 14 forestry orders, bringing Jamaica beyond the approximately 30% mark that the UN prescribes for protected areas. I recall as well, sir, when I was in media, there was talk about development, commercial development on the Goat Islands. A lot of talk about it. And a former cabinet minister in the PNP administration said to myself and a colleague that the administration would consult as widely as possible. They won't be accused of not appearing to consult. But he said Goat Island would happen. Yes, that's what he said. And that plays into a sort of sentiment that, you know, potential buildings or commercial development can create jobs. And why are environmentalists making a big deal of Too Little Lizard? I recall that being said when the whole idea of Goat Island development was being actively pursued by the erstwhile PNP administration. I am proud, sir, to be part of an administration which recognizes that the issue of environmental protection is not merely about lip service. It's way more nuanced. And that we have taken a series of credible legislative steps to show that we value the protection of the environment. I recall as well that when the current administration came to office on the matter of environment, there was discussion among the former administration, the former executive, about a coal plant in St. Elizabeth. And I could go on and on and on concerning legislative steps taken by this administration to protect the environment. Indeed, sir, I believe it's a fair statement to say that no administration in the history of independent Jamaica can test or has a more credible track record at protecting the environment than the administration of Prime Minister Andrew. And that, sir, is because the Prime Minister and Minister Matthew Somuda, who they have a grasp of the issues and they understand that for the sake of current and future generations, whether human, flora, or fauna, an investment in environmental protection is one that we cannot afford not to make. And before I close, I'd encourage our partners in corporate Jamaica, including stakeholders in the mining and bauxite industry, to understand that there can be no prosperity steeped in pollution. And no sustainable economic development can be achieved by way of environmental degradation. I strongly encourage our partners in the private sector, and in particular in the bauxite and alumina industry, to appreciate this fact. It is in that brief context, sir, that I support passage of the bill which is before us today. Thank you.
So, on the say, me show the I just showed you guys the article with the NEPA situation, the secret deal. I mean, the audacity, you know, just the audacity of this man to bring that up, to make it seem like they are the standard we're following, defending the environment is concerned. Let us deep dive into the details of this secret deal. Let's read. Deon Jackson Miller. I want to make sure so I go over there and sub up to our. See, Deon Jackson Miller. Yes. Fair use. Let's go.
There's a whole heap going on here. Let's break it down, all right? This all started the 11th of December 2023 when there was an oil spill into the Rio Cobre. This is what NEPA, that's a National Environment and Planning Agency, said in its report, in its chronology of events about the spill. They said that when they investigated on the 12th of December, it was revealed that heavy fuel oil had been released from the boiler house at Jamaica Beverages that's operated by Tradewind Citrus, and that's a company that makes True Juice. An enforcement notice was issued and charges were filed against Tradewinds for breaches of the Wildlife Protection Act for polluting a river containing fish, and the matter was being heard in the St. Catherine Parish Court. Now, I should say that according to NEPA, their enforcement report dated the 23rd of February 2024 said Tradewinds took all necessary steps to address the impact of the oil spill and that they had eliminated any further threat to the environment from the facility. But shock. NEPA comes to court last week and says they came to an agreement with Tradewinds and they're discontinuing the court case. The judge asked for a copy of the agreement. The lawyer said, no, the judge can't see the agreement because it's confidential. Of course, that makes headlines and everybody's saying, what the hell are going on? So did I say I don't know where to start? That's because I still cannot wrap my mind around the idea that our environmental regulator felt they had the authority to enter into any kind of agreement on our behalf.
Emotional damage.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach.
On behalf of the citizens of the country in relation to an environmental protection issue, and then tell me and you say it's a secret deal and we can't lay kind of agreement on our behalf, right? On behalf of the citizens of the country in relation to an environmental protection issue, and then tell me and you say it's a secret deal and we can't see it. So enter the Minister of Environment. Well, we call him that. He really isn't the Minister of Environment. Anyway, Matthew Samuda deals with environmental matters, and he gets involved and says the secret deal is to be released. And when we see it, bear shock are going into this here case.
What a juicy
You can imagine looking at the details of this and hearing that man say.
Now, Minister Samuda tells me he heard about this matter on the news. But remember, I said he really isn't Minister of Environment. That's because NEPA, the National Environment and Planning Agency, falls under the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Who is the actual minister? It's Prime Minister Andrew Holness. And up to the time I've recorded this video, we haven't heard from him.
Emotional damage. What can go so?
In terms of what he knew and when he knew it. And it's always important, you know, in a story like this, when you have wheels within wheels, to take a step back and to look at the big picture. And part of the big picture here is that this is a prominent Jamaican company that exports products. They're before the court on a criminal charge of environmental pollution and a case that looks as if it could very well be successfully prosecuted and the company convicted. And that is a situation that could lead to a whole heap of reputational damage for the company here at home and abroad where they export to, and perhaps in places that take environmental issues a whole heap more seriously than we do.
People, we need what investigation needs to be done. I did a video dubbing it a word to the future government of Jamaica. I did it today. You guys need to go and watch that video. I put out a proposal. I want them to tag Mark Golin and the UIC president. Because we know say JP is not going to do it based off their actions here in this. But let's continue. We need a people's agency where when stuff like this happen, they are funded to investigate it by the government. It's something that the government cannot stop. They automatically get the funds to investigate these types of situations. Because I want to know who for friend this. The person or persons that own this company, Tradewinds, who are them a friend in our government? Is any of them friends with people in the government? How did they get such a sweet deal? But this government want to tell us that they are serious about protecting the environment. Listen, man.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying.
But back to the secret deal. So the mediation agreement that NEPA agreed to with Tradewinds Citrus was released. And as I said, it's shocking, honestly. No wonder them never want to see it. So the deal now is between NRCA and Tradewinds. And you hear people talk about NRCA, you hear we talk about NEPA. NRCA is a Natural Resources Conservation Authority. It's a statutory body established under the Natural Resources Conservation Act, and it has responsibility for environment planning. Now the National Environment and Planning Agency, that's NEPA, does the technical and the administrative work of the Natural Resources Conservation Authority. So certainly for the purposes of this issue, you can think of them as one big entity. So according to the deal now, NRCA agrees to immediately withdraw from the prosecution and to try to put an end to the court proceedings, including by using entry of a nolle prosequi. Now, a nolle prosequi is a legal device that the prosecution uses to suspend proceedings, and it's important to say that a nolle doesn't end proceedings. It suspends a court case, and the prosecution can then go back later on and continue the court proceedings. For instance, if you get more evidence, or if there are witnesses that are now willing to come forward that weren't willing to come forward before. So here's the thing. NEPA had been granted what's called a fiat to prosecute environmental cases by the Director of Public Prosecutions. A fiat means permission to prosecute. So instead of prosecutors from the office of the DPP handling the matter, these cases, including this one, were being handled by permission by NEPA. But acting DPP Claudette Thompson told me on Radio Jamaica's Beyond the Headlines that the DPP's office really didn't know what was going on in this case. She said NEPA wrote to the office of the DPP in October saying it had been recommended, they didn't say by who, that they asked for a nolle, and that they would be back in court on November 27th and that they urgently needed guidance. Now, Ms. Thompson said on November 27th, her office wrote back saying they needed more information. Said they didn't have the file, with the reports and letters and everything that went on in the matter. And she said they can't give guidance if they don't have the background information. And she said the next thing she heard, she was hearing on news that the matter had been disposed of. All right. So here's a look at the agreement itself. Tradewinds agrees to take all reasonable steps to maintain and expand its use of best environmental practices and will actively collaborate with NEPA and community groups in environmental monitoring and developing sustainable solutions for the areas of the Rio Cobre adjacent to its properties. NRCA agreed to release Tradewinds from all claims and lawsuits. It agreed it won't make any claim against Tradewinds. They agreed Tradewinds is not admitting liability, so Tradewinds is not agreeing that they did anything wrong. So here's one of the causes why I said this agreement is shocking. The parties said that they won't bring or assist in any legal action against each other arising directly or indirectly out of this particular situation. So the government environmental regulator, right, that has primary responsibility for protecting the environment, has agreed in a secret deal that if any citizen decides to sue Tradewinds in association with this pollution incident, that they not help them. Now,
so people, at this FITZ HENLEY talk about with FEMA government being a caring government and one that is serious about protecting the environment, when them sign secret deal with Tradewinds, where if citizens was supposed to come up later on and sue them for this situation, the government would not aid the citizens in the lawsuit. Yo, me say, it's too easy for the debunk that. When them come to Parliament and tell the world so much life, sometimes, so them need to get some, I shouldn't even know. Yo.
The one attorney, Marcus Goff, who is representing the group Friends of the Rio Cobre, calls this agreement a sellout. It is a disgraceful betrayal of the public trust. That's what it is. That's what I would call it. Then, of course, even more...
Dion Jackson Miller, if me love you one more time. It is a disgrace. Say that again, Dean Jackson. Say it again.
Representing the group Friends of the Rio Cobre calls this agreement a sellout. It is a disgraceful betrayal of the public trust. That's what it is. That's what I would call it. Then, of course, an even more disgraceful attempt to keep this agreement secret. So look at the agreement again. It says they agree to maintain in strict confidence the existence of the settlement agreement. So we weren't even supposed to know it existed.
Want to hear that?
Wonder if somebody screwed up there.
Want to hear that?
And the fact that we now know what is in it should not blind us to the fact that it's completely out of order that this agreement was made at all. So according to Minister Samuda, the government wasn't satisfied that the issue had been handled at the board leadership level.
People like and share the video, man. Like and share the video. Don't keep this to yourself. This a prime time breakdown and just eat that. Like and share the video.
Muda, the government wasn't satisfied that the issue had been handled at the board leadership level with the required standards of transparency and openness. So the board chairman, Weldon Madden, offered his resignation, and the minister says his resignation was accepted. Now bear in mind, Mr. Madden had told the Gleaner he didn't remember the board making a decision on this. Bear in mind as well, it's Mr. Madden who supposedly signed the secret agreement. A signature said to be his on the signature page, although we don't see any name above the signature. Now tell me something. It makes sense to you that the board chairman doesn't remember anything about this issue? An agreement to make a secret deal with a company accused of environmental pollution, and the board chairman doesn't even remember it?
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
What can go so? Ball out! Whoa! We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there.
A secret deal that must have sent up red flags for anybody who looked at it, right? Tell me, what is happening here? What is really happening here? Was the board chairman made a scapegoat? Is he being thrown under the bus? Now, bear in mind, Mr. Samuda says he agrees that the criminal case should have been withdrawn because he says NEPA told him that the oil spill was largely confined to Tradewind's property, but that some seepage occurred into the Rio Cobre, but that the extent of the seepage wasn't significant enough to cause a fish kill or require an environmental impact assessment. They're saying is,
according to the people on the ground, that is a bold-faced lie. The people that is in the Rio Cobre, there's videos of them telling you that this has affected their fisheries. Let's continue.
Not that zero fish were killed. They were saying whole heap of fish never dead, therefore it doesn't rise to the level of being called a fish kill. He also says that a determination was made by NEPA that...
What kind of foolishness that? What kind of nonsense is that? If fish died, it's a fish kill. What do you mean it never rise to the level of a fish kill? Yo, them people are upset me, man. Let me just try to do this fast, guys.
There wasn't any basis for compensation or extensive consultation with stakeholders, and that Tradewind Citrus assumed full responsibility for the cleanup, and the cost of the cleanup was a whole heap more than the fines under the Wildlife Protection Act, which amounts to a maximum of $100,000 for breaches. So in other words, according to NEPA and the minister, the incident wasn't big enough to warrant a criminal prosecution, and they're saying that the company spent $19 million.
Hold on, all them for determine that.
What can go so?
Oh, NEP. Hey. Yo, Bridget, me say, I wouldn't even know ya, man. Yo, wanna know see what go on, people?
Dollars on cleanup, and that because if they had been convicted under the act, the maximum fine would have been $100,000. It didn't make sense going on with the court case. Except though, some residents said they had suffered damage from the spill. The Gleaner, for instance, spoke to a fisherman called Andrew Ferron, who said the oil spill limits the catch, the fish aren't biting, we can't catch any. And the residents had been protesting and they had demanded compensation.
Of course.
And Dr. Goff, the lawyer, said that NEPA told them to submit claims to Tradewind Citrus. By NEPA, what this has done is to completely destroy public trust in the agency.
Of course.
Because you have betrayed the public trust. Even the office of the DPP says going forward, they're going to have to review the arrangement.
People, me can't believe some not get 60 likes yet. Come on, people, hit the like button, man. Show man, hit the like button, man. This is bad, man. Me can't believe some of them like this.
in place to allow NEPA to prosecute environmental crimes. We shouldn't forget this and we shouldn't let it drop. But speaking of dropping, please, what you think about all of this, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Really, always.
Senator Brown.
President, thank you. I'm going to be batting later. But I must...
Talk to him, Mr. Brown. Talk to him. Because, Jano.
Since Senator FITZ intervened, must use my knowledge of history to tell him that the first government to include a portfolio on environment was the Michael Manley government of 1972. To show serious we were and decide about and are still about the environment, the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller appointed a Minister of Climate Change, and they scoffed at it. We soon tell you later on. He didn't import ice, that's for sure, we know. But Mr. President, we are concerned about the secret deal by NEPA with the private sector company, read the pollution in the recovery. We are concerned about the denigration of the Falmouth mangroves to facilitate the building of a gas station by a connected party. And we took into account the concerns of the people of Portmore in putting the Portmore highway, leg of the highway, something that they opposed, and we ensured that the mangroves were replanted and they're growing. Let us stop playing politics where politics is not necessary. Senator Abka, FITZ, both sides have had errors on the environment. Both sides have worked to improve the environment. We're not going to make any big thing about special mining lease 173. We're not going to do that. The reality is this country, oftentimes, like all countries, have to make a choice. In fact, Senator Hill, your favorite US politician is drill, baby, drill. Your favorite politician in the US is about drill, baby, drill in the environmental protective area. Mr. President, I just simply said to Mr. Parliamentary Secretary FITZ, I know you have to speak because you have been paid to do that. But the reality is, let's recognize that there's balance needed on the environment. May it please you, Mr. President. And I yield and reserve for the rest of my State of the Nation presentation.
Thank you very much, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, the first thing that I wish to do, and I thank Senator Fraser Binns for her.
People right now, I not even want to hear this lady, because I wish I said even relevant. We done make a point already. Next on to the next topic. Because there's no way, after that the NEPA deal there alone, there's no way FITZ can get up in a parliament and have the audacity to come talk about the JLPs of some type of standard where protecting the environment is concerned. Absolute nonsense. Alright? And that has been clearly debunked in this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. How hard? Right on face. No nonsense with them today. No nonsense. Nah, here. No nonsense with them today. Zane, I would the thumbnail there. See it, yeah? And this really come to talk about. No! People! Me have one question. Who runs Spanish Town? Who is the Dan for Spanish Town? Is there a Dan? I don't know if you remember when Everett Warmington said he was the only Dan. Now, When me about to show you so right now, me have to really question who had it done. I really have to question who's done because, you know, the statements that was made was so profound. It really had me thinking. And I see I'm not the only one that it had thinking because I've watched a couple content creators that has me here way lonesome with it. Me him talk about it today. You understand? How comes you have a situation where we move from total chaos in a Spanish town, right, in this story, and then a MP does come and say, open up back your businesses, everything is back to normal.
What can go so? What can go so?
After she and God Almighty, after she honor Jesus Christ, right? So we are going to look into the upside down, inside out, downside up situation in a Spanish town because it's serious. It's serious.
And welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome once again to our viewers on...
Oh, remember to like and share the video, people. It's on the screen, you know. See? Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Alright? The anonymous link is pinned. Fair use. Entertainment and educational purposes. This is must share content and this is all alleged. Don't believe nothing I'm saying in this video. Do your own research. Right? All of the disclaimers are there. Fair use. All of it. Like up the video, man. I have 76 people watching and I don't have 70 likes. That's crazy.
On TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com.
Up first this evening, a 48-hour curfew is now in effect in sections of Eldersley Gardens and Tall's Meadows in Spanish Town, St. Catherine.
So hold on. Why is there curfew? And if there's curfew, how, you know what, let me continue. Something right.
This amidst unrest following the fatal shooting of the alleged leader of the One Order gang, Othniel Loban.
So now he's the alleged leader.
Otherwise called Thickman.
At least 4 people have been taken into custody in connection with mounting roadblocks. The security force...
How is he the alleged leader when the police went for him and have him as top 5 or top 10 of wanted individuals that are dealing in crime and all these things? Isn't that what you guys heard from the police? But anyway, you know, let's continue.
Forces have been working to maintain calm and prevent reprisal attacks.
Amoy Harriet begins our coverage of the mayhem linked to the incident.
Police and military swarmed the usually busy streets of Spanish Town in St. Catherine Thursday morning to prevent more situations like this. It's believed thugs firebombed this business place on Young Street. They also erected roadblocks, another sign that things were heating up following the fatal shooting of alleged leader of the One Order gang, Othniel Loban, otherwise called Thickman. TVJ News understands that Mr. Loban was shot and killed by members of the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force at 6 miles in St. Andrews sometime after 10 o'clock Wednesday night. It's alleged that the police intercepted his vehicle, after which a shootout ensued.
He was one of the main targets for the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force based on his involvement in various acts of criminality.
Will you hear that?
The fear now is that there will be reprisals. Tension is brewing, especially in the Tall's Meadows community, as residents had a strong reaction to the news of Mr. Loban's killing.
So persons, are upset. Persons are expressing themselves based on the relationship they had with Loban, who is, as I said before, was a leader in this era. It is very unfortunate. Last night we had a few incidents where the roads are blocked, attempt to burn a few premises, but we were quick on location to put some control on that.
And the security forces won't be going anywhere.
I would want to reassure all our commuters, residents within this space that we have things under control. We are not going to allow the kind of disorder that we have seen in Spanish Town over the years. We are going to be very much intolerant of this kind of behavior. Already, we have 4 persons in custody who were a part of blocking the road last night. We're going to be in these communities. The efforts will be relentless. We're not going to let up. Let's return this place into 80. It cannot work.
Amoy Harriet, TVJ News.
Want to hear that? The man said it can't work, ladies and gentlemen. Can't work. Now, I go to an article real quick. Because, you know. So this says police vote to take control of Spanish Town after the killing of one other leader. But I think them say it's alleged. I don't know. The police on Thursday vowed that gangsters would never again take control of Spanish Town. The St. Catherine after responding quickly to fiery protests by residents. Now this vow, in my opinion, okay, you vow that they're not going to be able to ever again take control of Spanish Town. So, 1, the police and soldiers are prepared for resistance. 2, it further questions to me what Babsy Green said, which we're going to go to after reading this article. It says, news on his demise created a reaction in the Toaz Meadows community. This reaction is really an indication of the kind of psychological control and impact that gangs continue to have on these communities. And so persons are upset and are expressing themselves based on their relationship with Logan, who was the leader in the area. Okay, this article basically let's say what he said there. Make we hear what Nationwide have said about this situation. Let me hear what Nationwide has to say here about this situation here. Section of Old Stone Road Block curfew imposed on Spanish Town. Let's hear what them saying about this. Okay, I think I heard that on the news already. That's not new. PM urging residents to partner with police to rid Spanish Town. Isn't this man from Spanish Town, Andrew Wallace? Very interesting.
If you help the police, if you cooperate with the government strategy in helping us to clear the space of this threat, more investments will find its way to your community, not just from the government, but from the private sector. Spanish Town has incredible opportunities. Spanish Town has an incredible history. It has great commerce and great potential for development, but it is all being suppressed by gangs and crime.
People want to hear what is important to Andrew Wallace? Investment, private and public partnerships. Listen to what I'm saying now.
If you help the police, if you cooperate with the government strategy in helping us to clear the space of this threat.
Clear the space of this threat. So, the individuals that are deemed a threat by the government, just understand you're going to be met with force. They're not trying to rehabilitate you. Alright? You are going to be met with force. So the stance of the JLP is to eliminate, eradicate, unalive. Alright? They don't see these people as human beings. And will we have casualties? More than likely. And I'm talking about innocent ones. Wow. Wow.
I take this opportunity to appeal to the law-abiding citizens of Spanish Town, not to support the gangs, not to be enlisted in their activities. This is finally an opportunity for the liberation of Spanish Town. And indeed,
it's so amazing to me. These are the same politicians that in the day, they are the one that created this monster. I want the people of Jamaica to realize this and let it soak in. The politicians are the one that created this monster, the garrisons. Every garrison people can tell you. They will tell you, if you know anybody from the garrison, who come to the garrison and what they are responsible for. The MPs, members of parliament, one of them name call up in the garrison. Edward Siaga name call up in the garrison. Alright? We are the Dodo situation. Is this how the JLP deals with alleged people that are in gangs that they no longer have a use for? Is this how they deal with them? I'm just asking. Because the allegations in the street is ridiculous when they come on to the connection with the government officials and gangsters. It is ridiculous. It's like they just hear people talking on the street. They are not afraid to say which parliamentarian and which person is linked with which Don. These are some serious allegations, and if these allegations are true, I am talking to the people of these areas that are now coming under attack by the same police that is controlled by the alleged people that created these garrisons. Right? How do you feel? How do you guys feel? Right? When are you going to realize that these people are our enemies? They are enemy of the people. The ones that, and I'm talking about them who do it know themselves. The one that created the garrisons are enemies of the people. So their idea of cleaning up the garrison is to eliminate the garrison. Literally, that's what they're saying. And they've said it in so many ways. Read between the lines. Let me play this again for you.
Other communities. I take this opportunity to appeal to the law-abiding citizens of Spanish Town, not to support.
No, not this one.
Or investments. If you help the police, if you cooperate with the government strategy in helping us to clear the space of this threat, more investment will find its way to your community, not just from the government, but from the private sector. Spanish Town has incredible opportunities. Spanish Town has not an incredible history. It has in there great commerce and great.
Clear the space, you know. Clear the space. Wow. That is a wow. That is a wow. Anyway, I'm going to continue.
As far as I'm aware, it has returned to normalcy. Commuters are going about their business. Transport operators are using the various transport centers. Businesses are open right across the town. And things appear normal. The increased police military deployment, that is also evident in the town. And we are just here to ensure that citizens go about their lawful businesses unimpeded.
How long do you guys think it's going to be that this goes on? How long you think? This is not a sustainable way to stop crime. I'm sorry. It is not. But I digress. Let's go to the quote unquote real person that is one of the people.
Welcome back. Continuing the news, we continue our coverage of the fatal shooting of the alleged one order Don right now. The Member of Parliament for the area, Olivia Grange, has given the assurance that things will be back to normal tomorrow following the shutdown of business in Spanish Town. Kirk Wright picks up this story.
Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Central, Olivia Babsy Grange, is encouraging the business community to reopen their establishments because there's nothing to fear and there will be no further disruption.
We are back to the normal operation and functioning of this division. So I just want to say to the public and to the citizens of Spanish Town We're moving forward.
We're moving forward. That's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. Yo! Yo! Damn!
Ball out! Whoa! Yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them.
No, sir.
Operation and functioning of this division. So I just want to say to the public and to the citizens of Spanish Town, we're moving forward. To the business community, please open up your business. We're back to normal.
The relationship between residents and the police took a hit on Wednesday after the lawmen were stoned and their vehicles damaged after they attempted to apprehend a man from the area. Ms. Grange has since condemned the incident and says a meeting will be arranged with the community and the police for the residents to air their grouses.
I've also indicated to the superintendent that I would want the police or the security forces to be professional in carrying out their duties. And I've had too many complaints about unprofessionalism.
Meanwhile, we asked Ms. Grange if she knew the deceased of Neil Thickman Loban.
I don't really interfere in police matters. And the police have always been able to function. They come into a community, they're looking for a particular individual. Nobody prevents them from doing so. And as I said,
You hear what you said? A particular individual. So she's not identifying with this dude that a lot of the people in Spanish Town seem to identify with. The people in the community identify with him. And she, as the MP, is here acting as if she don't know this dude. Wow.
In communities, all types reside.
We also asked her about Mr. Loban and his activities in the community.
Based on the relationship you had with the commander, has he ever said to you that, you know, Ms. Grange, we're looking for X or Y person?
No, he has never ever said that.
Do you know Thickman to be a troublemaker in the community?
Not to my knowledge. But I cannot question the police in terms of what they may say. And I totally leave that up to the police.
Wow. TVJ News.
Man, listen, bruh, you cannot make this up. I'm talking about
Renegade!
From last week.
No, no, last night, but this morning, no at all. It back to normal.
I can't make
at all.
Yeah, this is crazy.
The police couldn't get that. They have to lock down in a Spanish Town and in a Old Harbour.
Hold on there, people. Let me share the screen.
The court where I run.
Jesus Christ.
The court, them have to lock school, everything. And she one way, bloom, and it normal. We didn't tell you. Yes? She couldn't answer the question. I that me tell thing that say when me hear her. But she never denied that she know him.
Yeah.
She said she didn't know him as no troublemaker.
Right.
She said. Shouldn't be here. But every minute we get up here this it gone back to normal. And then I don't
Ideal. When bullet green crotchet blow. I'm like.
So I'm gonna play something. Now remind me say about.
Yeah man.
But
no one know because we never know about this.
Alright? And this is the bean, this is the bean, alright? I'm like, check back the thing, you know. Casually, clad in green crotchet blouse and green striped pants to match Jamaica Labour Party member of Parliament, BABSY, seemed far away from last week's ideal when bullet, rain and vehicle in which she was travelling. Mrs. Grange's bodyguard and one other gang members, one of whom was top member, were caught in a blaze of bullets less than 5 minutes after a peace meeting last week.
One other top member.
Another car was also shot up, while 2 other vehicles in the convoy, one of which was carrying the head of civic group, from the PM constituency, escaped.
See there? And then, when the smoke clear, Omar Campbell, Tickerus from Toss Pen.
What W, what's up?
Catching succumbed to his injury at the hospital. Another man was, and they tell you, see there? She can't tell the bother of mine. Right side her. Him get gunshot, you know. In the same car, you know, people.
Wow.
In the same car. In the same car. One other top man. Yes. She don't know, and that's a big man, though, yes, yesterday. She don't, no, I'm not trouble.
So, according to this article that Lonesome is sharing, Miss Grange bodyguard and one other gang in the same vehicle and bullets were hailed at them. So, she act like she don't know the bridging too well. And her statement is, we're moving on. It was just, it just cold-hearted. It's very interesting.
The other day, police said, last year before that, can you just come in? What she said? She said, I don't know if, over 10 years, I don't hear nothing about one another. No, that I heard. Well, everything them talk about one another, one another. No, she said, this man right there, she don't know him as troublemaker. She don't know him, I give no trouble. But she not talk to him, and she not say nothing about what the police say. She endorse the police same time.
Yes.
Who take him out? You say you don't know him as troublemaker, but you endorse the police. That's to say you not refuse to the police.
She not question the police, but she don't know him as a troublemaker. So she is two mouths so that you know. So she's not saying he's a troublemaker, but at the same time she not question the police them saying that he's a troublemaker. So she's trusting in the police accounts of the individual. Somebody said that's how them lie. People.
Police, you can play it back. So if you have the power to stop everything we are going but turn up, and then you know refute to the police about a constituency, not your constituency, where you want the people them to say, where you say the people them are that, and also detective work, man. Make us see something else again. Look here.
I always keep my facts check up, and some people I respect. I never respect them as politicians. Yeah. All right. This October 2005.
What did he say? Cops quiz Grange again. Let me see if we can find the article there myself. October 9, 2005. Wow.
Controversial Central St. Catherine Member of Parliament, Olivia Grange, is again to be questioned by the police. This time, the lawman will collect statement in relation to the incident in which a car in which Mrs. Grange was traveling on Thursday evening was shot up by a gunmen. Miss Grange is expected to answer questions regarding men who were traveling in her party. One man was killed during the incident. The dead man has been identified as Omar.
People, we got Mr. Lonesome. Look at this. We can see it ourselves now in a full. Cops quiz Grange again. Controversial Central St. Catherine Member of Parliament Olivia Babsy Grange is again to be questioned by police. This time the lawmen will collect statements in relation to an incident with a car in which Miss Grange was traveling on Thursday evening was shot up by gunmen. Miss Grange is expected to answer questions regarding men who were traveling in her party. One man was killed during the incident. The dead man has been identified as Omar Campbell alias Tickerus, who is under police investigation in connection with several shootings incidents in Spanish Town area. Sunday Gleaner sources say that he was a major player in one other gang that has been terrorizing the old capital along with its completing counterpart Klansman. Up to the time when Campbell was unalived, he was being investigated in connection with criminal activities said Assistant Commissioner of Police Glenmuir Hines, head of operations Kingfish. His name has been called in several shooting cases, adding Acting Deputy Superintendent Meverell Smith, the crime officer of the St. Catherine North Police Division. Grange was not the target. Police intelligence has also revealed that in Thursday evening shooting incident, Miss Grange was not the target. The bullets were intended for Mr. Campbell. 15 months ago, Miss Grange was also questioned by the police in connection with a car that was found in the possession of another questionable background. Another person of questionable background. Documents found in the car in which the notorious one other gang leader Olivia Bobo Smith was unalived indicated that Miss Grange was the co-owner of the vehicle. Bangarang. Bangarang.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Wow.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right.
I've always heard about
Tell
this,
about them.
but I've never read any article that spoke about it. It's one thing when you hear about things now, but you see when you find the evidence is another thing. This is I've heard a lot of vloggers talk about this, but I've never seen the article that spoke about that incident where there was a co-owner. She was a co-owner of a vehicle where a notorious one other gang leader, Oliver Bobo Smith, was unalived. Mighty God. Miss Grange and other MPs were signatories of the Political Code of Conduct, which states that politicians will not knowingly associate with criminal elements. No wonder the JP not sign the Code of Conduct. No wonder they not sign the Code of Conduct. Look up. Yo. Man, I can't believe this, boy. Man, it's one thing to hear this stuff, but to like find evidence? Wow. Wow. So who is the real? I mean, the way they make it sound is like there's no she make it sound in the something right here says like there's no gang. There's no gang, guys. There's no gang.
Welcome back. Continuing the news, we continue our coverage of the fatal shooting of the alleged one order Don right now. The Member of Parliament for the area, Olivia Grange, has given the assurance that things will be back to normal tomorrow following the shutdown of business.
Sorry, what am I gonna do? Sorry, my bad, y'all.
Are you a low-skilled worker looking to immigrate to Canada?
Don't do this to me. I'm sorry and I apologize. Listen, just stop that.
Oliver BABSY Grange is encouraging the business community to reopen their establishments because there's nothing to fear and there will be no further disruption.
We are back to the normal operation.
People, when you listen in the background, it sounds like you're back to normal operations. When you hear the people in the background, she's so confident. Yo, this, hey, Jamaica man, listen to me.
Out! Whoa! We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? No. Take out somebody, man or woman.
I don't know. People, me I left this right here, so you know. Me I left it right here, so because yo, this is crazy, bro. This is actually crazy. My goodness. But me don't want to think in the comment section. Huh? And the people in the ghetto. You know, I listened to a video from not a video. Who remember the Twins of Twins series? There was a quote in one of them. It said, "Ghetto youth, when the government official them or whoever carry gun come put it on your hand, when you take the gun and turn it around and point back upon them. Them no mean no know well." So you imagine, and this is a hypothetical situation, right? Imagine You have, and this is well documented in Jamaica, the connection between politicians and gang leaders. Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, you in the ghetto and the politician come present you with an opportunity to turn a Dan. All the people them in the ghetto when realize them no meaning no well. Want to find Pastor Shuttleworth. The people them in a Spanish town want to find Pastor Shuttleworth, ladies and gentlemen. Find Pastor Shuttleworth. Me say Pastor Shuttleworth today say them fight out the tent. The other pastor them within a Spanish town fight out him tent and push them out of Spanish town. And as soon as them push them out, see it there? Be a chaos. And the police them can't do nothing. Him say the police them cannot do anything. Them cannot stop the crime. They can't do nothing. So all you hear them talking about everything is good and everything is back to normal, ladies and gentlemen, you will see prophetically that there is going to be, and this is a thus saith the Lord, not my word. Prophetically, you are going to see more madness in Spanish Town moving forward. You understand what I say? Yeah, man, it will get crazier. So don't be fooled. Them have a saying and they say when they think of peace and safety as sudden destruction. Sudden destruction, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening in Spanish Town, it now go just die down like that. Do not be fooled. Protect on yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, please protect on yourself. When you walk good. Alright? And if you can avoid Spanish Town, please avoid Spanish Town. Avoid Spanish Town at all costs. I want to look for my family them. I'm not going to Spanish Town. I don't have family in Spanish Town, you know, but I want to pass Spanish Town to go to my family them. And I'm not going. Right now I don't even want to go near Kingston. Alright? Police presence only mean that they're not on. If you have so much police in a Spanish Town, it means that it's not under control. Can I get a witness? If you need that amount of police in Spanish Town, it means that you have no control over the situation. The people have to be able to govern themselves. The people have to be able to, you know, participate in keeping the order of things. And brute force in these types of environments, yeah, that's never the right idea, in my opinion. So, ladies and gentlemen, pray for... Hold on, somebody just send me something. Oh Lord, we just get an update. Hold on there, people. Hold on there. Send from... Oh, what is? Okay. Oh yeah. Yes. So the video, I don't want to show that because them have guns in the video. But apparently the video caption is, hold on, let me go back. The video caption is, avoid Spanish Town people. The death of the one other than Tickman will have multiple casualties. Wow. Wow. I guess I can't show it because, you know, it's not like you have seen a face, but when you know say everything when they put on the media, it go up on WhatsApp. When you look on this people. I not even see this video. See caption there? Avoid Spanish Town people, the death of one other than Tickman will have multiple casualties. See it there? This look like a WhatsApp. This look like a WhatsApp video with somebody's screen record. Upon this. from this. That's crazy, bro. Yo. Mighty God. No, sir.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
People, we have to pray without ceasing. Yeah, people, we have to pray without ceasing. This get out of hand now. And me I tell you, say the pastor said this morning on the live, you know. Let me say me can't find it. I don't think I joke me I make. I don't know if you don't watch Pastor Shut to Work live this morning. For Freedom Ministries TV, Freedom Come TV. The man spoke specifically about Spanish Town. And remember, if you've been following the platform, you guys remember that they actually were in Spanish Town.
This for donkey years. Foolishness. You're wasting money. You're not serious about fixing roads.
No, never mind.
So they are spiritually discerned. Major work in those areas. But what happened? Churchmen.
See that?
The tent this evening.
See
so this
that?
is public service announcement.
Yeah,
and
listen
of course,
to this.
The advisors will come. We will be gathering here at 51 Malines Road this evening.
Listen to this.
This evening we'll be on here at 51 Malines Road. However, we will still and listen well. And even as I go there quickly. So now let me go to the church.
Yeah, hold on.
So the lady who was speaking in Parliament, the Senate debate and so on, let me ask you, so what? So there's no law that you can put in place that will change the hearts of the people of Jamaica. The hearts of the people of Jamaica. Things, yet he himself is judge of no man. Verse 16, for who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ.
Listen
so what
to this.
we need in Jamaica are leaders. Who we need in Jamaica are leaders who have the mind of Christ. When you have the mind of Christ, you don't go around and behave like you're fixing roads and you're just putting Barbara Green on surfaces. There's no drainage. What's what? You have a valley, a basin, a road that is a basin. When it rains, the water collects there. There's no runoff, and you're going to just put Barbara Green over it. What's that? You're making a pond? What are you doing? Huh? The drainage all over are blocked up, and you're fixing road. What you doing?
We are getting somewhere, people.
And you're going around and wasting taxpayers' money. And then you go and you make these speeches all over. I'm speaking to all of you out there, politicians.
All of you.
It is time we stop this rubbish, wasting money.
Yes, man.
And get the thing right, do the thing right. So back to this lady making this grandiose speech, talking about we have to now use, one of the most severe of punishment and so on, right? Death penalty does not solve the problem. It will make things worse.
Thank you.
The problem is the heart of the people of Jamaica.
That is it.
The hearts of the people of Jamaica have become hardened. And I'm going to talk about the church very shortly. The hearts of the people of Jamaica have become calcified. The milk of compassion has been lost. So there's no law that you can put in place that will change the hearts of the people of Jamaica.
That's true.
So the lady who was speaking in Parliament, the Senate debate and so on, let me ask you, so what?
No, I know which lady in the Parliament spoke about death penalty. Don't tell me say a senator, a Dr. Langmore. Don't tell me say a she.
About the doctors who perform abortion. What should you do with that? Aren't they child murderers too? Isn't a baby a child? Since you have studied at the highest level and so on. Huh? Think about that. Think about that, lady. Think about that.
Wow.
So now let me go to the church. What is happening in Spanish Town?
Listen.
I want you to listen and listen well.
Listen
And even as I go
carefully.
there, quickly, the team members haven't even said good morning, but let me just say this, and then we will go into the pleasantries. We will not be having regular meeting under the tent this evening. So this is public service announcement. And of course, the advisors will come. We will be gathering here at 51 Malines Road this evening. This evening we'll be on here at 51 Malines Road. However, we will still have prayer. There will still be intercessors, those who are within that vicinity there, Spanish Town. We will have prayers under the tent, but not our regular tent meeting this evening under the big tent. Instead, we will be here in large numbers, 51 Malines Road, starting at 6. And of course, the advisors will follow shortly thereafter. But let's go back to Spanish Town. What is happening in Spanish Town is a disgrace. Let me say it one more time. What is happening in Spanish Town is an absolute disgrace. We were there over that side. All those areas that have been mentioned, we have been there. And the Lord did major work in those areas. But what happened? Churchmen and a few women, but especially churchmen, colluded and pushed us out. Yes, churchmen, a few women, but primarily churchmen, so-called men of God, colluded, push us out. When we were operating in those spaces, look at the statistics. What happened to Spanish Town? We are not taking any credit here. We cannot, because it has nothing to do with us. But the presence of God, the manifest presence of God at work in and through us. We were on the grounds, boots on the ground every Saturday, going into those communities, open air meetings, spot meetings, sometimes on Wednesdays, Fridays, Sunday evenings, spot meetings all over. Ask the police, those who really will speak the truth. And there are a number of them who speak the truth. Because up to today, they will come. Right? Very recently, we had one coming all the way here to ask about when are we going back there? When are we going to go back into the areas? Now, these churchmen who purport to be men of God somehow felt threatened by our being there. So tell me now, if you're a man or a woman of God, and men of God, the people of God, have been sent by God into the spaces where you are operating, you are not having an impact. And it's obvious, you are not having an impact. Let me say it one more time. The churches in Spanish Town have not been having an impact. You didn't hear what I just said? The churches in Spanish Town, and it's the same in many other areas, but we're talking about Spanish Town. How can you have churches in any community that are functioning under God and evil is flourishing? It doesn't tell you that something is wrong. Doesn't it tell you that something is wrong? So now, among the many things they did, as God moves through the communities, right? The fear of God came down upon the communities. Various, all of those making the news, the Toss Meadows and so on. All of them, we have been in there. And there was no crime, no violence, no shooting. Go and check the papers. They tell you how the statistics, crime and violence in Spanish Town plummeted. And these unscrupulous churchmen called press conference with the police. And then they made statements to say that it's as a result of what they were. So why is it crime has gone out of control yet again? What happened when you forced us out of that area? What happened? Within the same week, the tent came down. What happened? And then onwards, what started happening in the very same communities that we were? It doesn't show you that something is there. And then now, the most sickening and disgusting thing, when we were going into the communities, night after night, day after day, Saturdays and Sundays, we saw people all of a sudden putting up tents, right? People all of a sudden having open air meetings. And guess what? As soon as we were out of the community, right? The week we were out, by the next week the tent's gone down. No tent. Up to now, no more tent is there. Nobody else going out to have open air meetings. Do they think we are in competition? Don't they understand what salt and light means? Don't they understand what the role of the church is supposed to be? This is not the work of the security forces. The security forces are to maintain law and order. The security forces, in and of themselves, cannot solve Jamaica's crime problem. I'm going to say it one more time. The security forces, no matter how many guns and ammunition, no matter how well trained they are, no matter the equipment they have, AI tracking devices, you name it, they cannot and will not successfully be able to fight crime and violence.
Andrew, I hope you hear that. Better listen to the apostle here. Better listen to the pastor. Yeah, that's my time, you know, people. I rest my case. Thank you guys for being here. Like and share the video. And if you feel the spirit move to donate, remember the donation links are pinned in the description of the video. Right at the top. Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. If you're gonna donate to the Zelle, make sure that you WhatsApp me. My number is there as well. WhatsApp number is there in the description. WhatsApp with the receipt. Alright. Thank you guys. See you guys later. I'm out. Sassy, big up yourself. Pat W, big up everybody. I'm hungry. Earl Allen, first time seeing in the chat. Respect. I'm hungry, man. Elder, respect, Elder. Thanks to everybody that contributed in the comment section. Alright. Check out my Friday playlist, ladies and gentlemen. I have a Friday playlist in case you guys missed any of the videos that I dropped today. I'm gonna drop the Friday playlist in the comment section. I think this was an amazing live. I feel very, very good about the content that I presented to you guys. Yeah, I feel really, really good about that. And I think people can learn a lot from this live stream. You understand? So hit the like button going through the door. Thank you so much. I just dropped the Friday playlist. It's right there. Yeah, man. Go ahead and just press play and watch the videos on the Friday playlist. Alright? See you guys.